Namaste. Welcome to Vishwa Yoga. My name is Vishwa, and in today's video I will talk about the goals and blessings of Tantra practice. To understand the goals, let's first understand the major paths which most of us follow in our life. That dictates the direction and our goals. As per Vedas, there are two main paths or two ways of living. The first one is a worldly path called Pravritti Marg, which the majority of people follow. It is the path of extroversion, the path of the worldly life, activity, general well-being, sensual and sexual pleasure and enjoyment. The second path is the path of renunciation from worldly pleasure, called Nivritti Marg, or returning to the source, to connect or to know our true self. A very small percentage of people follow this path. This is an ascetic or monk's path, away from worldly enjoyment and sensual pleasure. Now let me connect this Vedic knowledge to Tantra. Tantra says it is not necessary to reject life and become an ascetic unless you choose to. Life should be an expression of joy with a higher state of awareness. Why one should suffer from guilt about actions and thoughts? Every act should be a form of worship, because in Tantra everything is energy or Shakti, which is Shiva, and that is pure consciousness. The Divine Mother is said to be Bhukti Mukti Datri, and thus Tantra is called Bhukti Mukti Karnika, which means giver of both worldly pleasure as well as liberation. So the main goal of Tantra is to have both enjoyment of worldly pleasure and freedom from suffering while we are living in this world, not after death. But wait, between these two goals, Tantra offers even more, and I will share that in this video. In reality, broadly speaking, there are three types of people. One is a true householder, the second one is true ascetic or monk, and the third one is in between these two. The truth is, most seekers fall into the third category. There are few real householders and very few real monks who can systematically follow the path of Tantra. Each path is meant to serve the need of the people who are born with inherent tendencies to either lead a life of worldly action, contemplation, or both. Tantra caters to the need of all and prescribes special practices for each group. In reality, those who are a true householder or true monk require little guidance from a teacher, maybe once in a while. But those who are in between require constant guidance of a teacher. This in-between group wants both worldly pleasures and spiritual growth with varying degrees, and the path of Tantra suits them the best. Now let's divide the in-between group further for simplicity and understanding. So the first group is mostly worldly, or 80-20. Many people start here and are looking for worldly enjoyment with some spiritual inclination. They are either exploring out of desperation, curiosity, or well-being. They either heard or read that this will help them to heal some issues or will have more pleasure or material success in life. Then the second group is mixed one with 50-50, in which people are equally interested in both worldly enjoyment and spiritual growth. Usually it happens when they cross the first stage and experience something unique and want to pursue it further. And the third group is mostly spiritual, or 20-80, in which they only have basic worldly needs, don't want to be a monk, but more interested in spiritual growth and higher level of spiritual experiences. These classifications can broadly give you an idea as to which category you Closely identify yourself as a seeker and locate your goal, and then you can find an appropriate teacher accordingly. If you are in the first category or almost to the second one, an instructor or qualified teacher can guide you, and you may not need or require a formal initiation. But if you are looking for serious spiritual growth, then once you feel comfortable with the teachings of your teacher or guru, you may request him to initiate you in a formal student-teacher relationship. Traditionally, a formal initiation is called Diksha. There are different kinds and levels of Diksha. For example, Mantra Diksha is one of the type and the first level of initiation, in which a qualified teacher selects the mantra for you. Once you initiated, you are expected to practice the mantra daily with devotion. The Diksha process links you to your teacher's lineage and tradition for guidance and blessing. But please be mindful of fake teachers and gurus. There are many types of fake gurus, though it is a separate topic for discussion. But in general, fake gurus are ready to give you formal initiations without verifying your merits. So the highest goal of Tantra is to lead everyone to enlightenment in a natural manner that do not create suppression of desires and complexity. So what's the fundamental approach of Tantra? It is highly rational and asks for no blind faith in advance. It acknowledges that all of us have some basic desires, so it embraces everything and denies nothing. The practices of Tantra are designed to lead individual life through both major path to the supreme experience and joy. Because without joy and experience of higher awareness, life is dull, frustrating, and purposeless. And to bring that joy in life, it utilizes everything available to raise and expand our consciousness. Tantra promises a higher level of awareness and happiness, which brings fulfillment. Tantra gives the freedom to have everything you desire, provided you are mindful of your actions and not get trapped into the indulgence of those pleasures. Imagine yourself as a kid. When you ask your mother to provide you something, she does everything possible to take care of your need. In Lalita Sahasranam, the Divine Mother is said to be the mother of all, the empress of the universe. She is present in every particle of this creation. In the blink of an eye, she creates and destroys multiple universes. So like any mother, she loves to fulfill the deep desire of her child. By worshipping Lord Vishnu, you receive peace of mind, fearlessness, and devotion. But by worshipping Lord Shiva, you receive true knowledge or wisdom. When he destroys the ignorance, you also receive healing and power. But by worshipping Divine Mother, you also receive enjoyment, prosperity, and liberation, because this is her motherly nature. But to worship her, you need the foundation of devotion, dedication, along with knowledge and practices of yoga, meditation in a tantric manner. I would like to mention this verse from Padma Puran for Divine Mother Lakshmi. It says, Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sadadevi Maha Lakshmi Namastute. It means, O Divine Mother, you are the giver of spiritual powers and the wisdom. You bestow both worldly enjoyment and liberation. You are always in the form of a mantra. O Mahalakshmi, I salute you. So once Divine Mother is happy, these 4 major blessings further expand into 7 in stages. But keep in mind, each stage is a gift as well as a test. As you know, no mother wants her child to be a saint and not to enjoy worldly pleasures. She wants to give all kind of happiness. So when Goddess is happy, the first thing she offers is bhoga, which means the worldly pleasure filled with enjoyment, happiness, wealth, and success in your worldly life. This is the first sign of success on the path. No matter where you go, she will visit you in the form of Lakshmi or wealth. The worldly pleasure further gets amplified with 3 more components to help you fully enjoy. In the second stage, she offers prosperity or grandeur called Aishwarya, so that you grandly enjoy the pleasure of society with name and fame. The third blessing is the boldness called Virya, to enjoy it as a hero with valor. And the fourth, she offers physical and mental strength or power called Bala. To fully enjoy the pleasure, suppose you are sick or weak, you cannot enjoy any kind of pleasure even it is given to you. The power and boldness also makes you like a warrior to live the life like a king. But keep in mind, every stage of these pleasures can also become an impediment to further growth if you are not mindful and got caught up in enjoying them. Then you stop practicing further. But as you continue your practice with dedication and devotion, then Divine Mother blesses you next with preliminary spiritual powers. This step is another sign of progress, but a big test and a great obstacle too, as many people get entangled with these special powers, and that boost their ego and they get lost and do not practice further. But if you continue practicing, she gives the wisdom or buddhi, the highest knowledge that starts to dawn within you, and you can explain and convey the deeper knowledge effectively, and you become a master on a spiritual path. Then after that, she gifts you the higher spiritual power, but with wisdom. These higher spiritual powers or siddhi don't delude you anymore. Now you are a siddha. And finally, she blesses you with liberation from all the suffering and rebirth called mukti. You get established in the transcendental state as an enlightened being, blessed with ishitva, means you are adored and worshipped like a god. As you can see, these 2 major goals expand in 4 and flourishes into the 7 blessings of Divine Mother through the practice of Tantra. So this was a summary of the goals and blessings of Tantra. If you have watched the whole series of Tantra fundamentals, I hope by now you have a better understanding of different aspects of Tantra. In my next video, I will talk about the major scriptural texts of Tantra. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you so much for listening. If you like the information, please subscribe, like, and share so that everyone else can also enjoy this.